So, are you currently a owner of an Ego multi-head tool? And do you happen to have a old or non-compatible hedge trimmer attachment? Or maybe you're looking to save some money? Well, this one's a little bit of a hack. I'm gonna go ahead and try to modify this non-Ego multi-head attachment. So what I did is, here's the previous pull to the hedge trimmer. This is a universal tool and it does not fit this. Number one, this pull is way too thick. It does not go in here. And then the shaft on this is actually a Robertson, whereas Ego currently uses what appears to be really close to a Torx 30 or a T30 head. And this pull will not fit in there. And the Ego multi-head tool only accepts Ego's multi-head products. I currently have the string trimmer and edger, and I have a hedger attachment that I got from Universal, but it doesn't fit here. So I want to try to see if I can make some modifications. So what I did, number one, is I went down to my old tool and had two screws here. I loosened them up and was able to get the old shaft out. Number two is I ordered a genuine shaft, a whole new piece. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up and show you in a second. So I found this genuine Ego replacement shaft for the hedge trimmer. And if you know how the genuine hedge trimmer works, is on the shaft, it has two little holes on it. And it looks a little bit different from the other shafts. These two little square holes compared to this one only has one. And the reason why Ego does that is for the hedge trimmer to give the user the option to switch the positions. So I know prices fluctuate a lot, but at the time of purchase, which was April of 2023, I found this online for roughly about $30 with taxes and shipped to my house about $32, which I believe is a really good deal. So rather than spending $215 on a new hedge trimmer, I'm gonna go ahead and try to modify this tool and this. And for other folks who maybe just wants to save a little bit money and don't really use a hedge trimmer that often. And this is really for those individuals. So if you are a landscaper and you use a hedge trimmer a lot, do not do what I'm doing right now. Spend the money, buy the actual genuine hedge trimmer. But the situations like me, you're a homeowner, you need a hedge trimmer maybe twice a year at most. $220 is a little bit too steep for me. So in this case, I'm being cheaped out. I bought this for $30. It's gonna fit the Ego tool, multi-head tool. And I'm gonna try to modify the end of this tool to work with this. As I mentioned before, it uses what appears to be really similar to what a T30 head looks like. And this tool here is a Robertson, which is really just a square. That's all it is, it's just a square. So this is where things are gonna get a little sketchy. Go ahead and use an angle grinder. Try to grind this down to a square and fit this inside here. So I won't be able to show this in real time because I gotta use both of my hands, but here's the tool I have. I have a Ryobi angle grinder with a FAP wheel on it. This is essentially like a sanding disc on it. And I have a vise. So I'm gonna put this in the vise and I'm gonna just very gently, carefully start squaring off this head. Once it's squared, I'm gonna go ahead and try to fit it in and see if this works. All right, so now that I have it in my vise, put on some eye protection. And I have a pair of these needle nose pliers to kind of help lock it in. I do have locking pliers, but they're a little bit too thick and take up a lot of space. So I'm gonna kind of use this in one hand, use my angle grinder on the other hand, and just, again, try to square this off. All right, so it's really hard to tell on camera, but I did square it off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a test fit and see if it works, and then I'm gonna kind of shave off a little bit here and there if necessary. I'm not looking for perfection. It just needs to be a square head that fits inside. Fits inside this hole right here. Doing a little bit more fine tuning. It's not perfect, but I'm slowly getting to a Robertson. All right, so here it is now connected. I have it pretty well secured. The head moves, it articulates, just like the regular hedge trimmer from Ego. So it's very well secured in there. I made it to a Robertson, it fixed perfectly. Here's the other end, genuine Ego brand shaft with two different locking positions. So here I am, connecting it in. All right, so I locked it into place. This went in pretty simple. It's a genuine Ego shaft, so why wouldn't it? So this is gonna be the test to see if it works. That was on 1, I'm gonna make it 2. Now it's faster, let's try it again. Works great. Here I am changing the position to see if it still works. Works just fine. I'm gonna go ahead and try unlocking it here and shifting the position on the other locking mechanism. If you remember, this is a genuine Ego hedge trimmer shaft, 30 bucks with an aftermarket. Here's the first locking position. I can change it, get into the other locking position, fit in just great. See, now I have a different angle. See if it works. Works just fine, just like the regular Ego hedge trimmer. So shaft was about 30 bucks. This universal hedge trimmer was free because I had it left over. If I remember correctly, buying this brand new, it's roughly around $60. So theoretically, if I were to buy this brand new with this shaft, about $90. So $220 for a genuine Ego hedge trimmer, has warranty. This does not. If it goes bad, that's on you. But 90 bucks versus $220, it might be a good option. I'm pretty sure this could work theoretically with other tools, similar multi-tools. But for me right now, this was definitely worth the 30 bucks. I now have a hedge trimmer attachment that fits perfectly into my multi-tool.